Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on a brand new poster for Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, which of course returns April 10th as soon as the regular Walking Dead finishes. The next week, Fear Season 2 Episode 1 airs. Also, we're going to be going over an interview with Dave Erickson, the showrunner of the show, who's going to be giving us some information about the second season. So here's a look at the poster. Man, this thing is really cool, so I really like this. Okay, so we've seen some of the quick trailers that have been released by AMC, what they're doing, what they're releasing for Fear, and it's just a really cool feel for the second season. We know they filmed in Brazil, same place they filmed Titanic, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what Season 2 of Fear has for us. I mean, one of the biggest things about it is that we get to see different locations that we never got to see in the regular Walking Dead, with, of course, a new group of survivors with no idea what's going to happen. So, no safe harbor. We've got the sun and the clouds, and you can see it kind of forms a skull, so to speak, which is very kind of reminiscent of your Romero movies, your original. I'm not saying the Walking Dead's not really a spin-off of it, but Walking Dead zombie apocalypse type show. The person who created kind of the whole genre, George A. Romero, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead. They had these kind of covers, posters, Dawn of the Dead, especially with kind of that zombie skull, so to speak. So I really like this one faded into the background, and then you can see Abigail there in the center of the yacht, and the water all around. Man, it's just it's a really cool poster, beautiful. It reminds me of some of the ones we had for season 1 where you have like zombies on the beach and stuff. It's just so different. It's just so cool. And dates at the bottom, April 10th, so a Sunday. So really, really cool. Don't have too much more to say about the poster other than it looks sweet. And, man, I mean, it's going to suck when The Walking Dead ends, but at least we have Fear the Walking Dead because we can watch that. And then, of course, Game of Thrones will be on too, which is amazing. So there'll be lots to talk about even at that point after this season airs. So really cool poster. Can't wait to see what happens with Abigail. No safe harbor. Eventually, is it gonna crash or something? Or zombies gonna pull it down? Zombies in the water. Swimmer. We call them walkers. Swimmers. Are they gonna be? Is that what we're gonna call them now? Swimmers. Okay, so let's get into the interview with Dave Erickson where he answers some questions and talks about the second season. So I'll put the link in the description from Variety or, Fanside at undeadwalking.com. But the interview was with Variety with Dave Erickson. So says Variety spoke with Dave Erickson and got some really nice answers about Season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead to get us excited about the upcoming season aboard Victor Strand's yacht Abigail. Let's see if we learn anything. So I'll read it off to start, and then I'll give my thoughts on it as we go. So the good thing about the Abigail is that as a boat, it's a vessel we can live on for quite some time, which has its advantages, but also something that others might potentially envy. Yeah, that's true. The concept of with regards to, finding a good location, someone else kind of wanting it, right? So you find the prison, you got a guy like the governor, you think you beat him, he comes back, he wants it. You've got, Alexandria, people might attack it. They may see you having some kind of safe position, and that could make it even more dangerous because other survivors could want to get it from you. So true. And then it says, and what we learn is we weren't the only people with the bright idea to go to the water. You've got thousands of miles of coastline, and I think one of the interesting themes for us is, or in the first several episodes, is the question of displacement. We've literally watched our home be destroyed, and we know we can't go back. Can't go back, Bob. I don't want to add that. There's no going home again, so where do we go? And then it's got a picture of Strand and Nick, which is funny. Yeah, it's true because I guess they wouldn't know where to go or what they should do. So I guess that'll be a discussion. And now we're stuck on this boat with Victor Strand, who we don't know very well, and somebody who is a bit of an enigma. So I think slowly we'll peel that onion and get a better sense of who he is. And you also have the dynamic between the Salazars, between Ophelia and Daniel, and the Clark Manawas, where they're closer to each other. I think they have bonded over the past couple of weeks, but we will be playing with that question, or that Exner, and brackets Sandrine Holt, posted last season, what is family? Is it blood or is it bond? And I think that question will be tested over the course of the season, Stuck on the Boat. So over the course of the season, Stuck on the Boat. So that's kind of cool. So it seems like we'll at least get a few episodes where that's kind of their main home, and maybe they'll travel around, get supplies, things like that. Go fishing, maybe. So I guess we'll see. This is the next question, I guess, is, okay, we learned that we're going to deal with group dynamics. There may be others out on the water. They will be dealing with the notion that the world is really over. Their idea of what the future held and their idea of home and safety has forever been altered. And then it says, it's not a terribly big jump, and that's primarily because I felt it was important. All the characters have gone through incredible losses in the last episode, and on top of that, they're also seeing the loss of their homes. So I thought it was important not to just brush past that too quickly, and to let that be part of what they're dealing with as we move forward. And also, I wanted to make sure we had their introduction to the boat. I didn't want to jump too far down the road and have it become pat by the time we got there. That they're trying or they're tying knots and they've become seamen. Okay. I thought that would be a little too abrupt. So there will be a time cut, but it will not be a dramatic one. So not like what we saw in The Walking Dead after No Way Out, where we just kind of skipped the whole grieving process and everything that the characters would have gone through after everybody being killed in that. In Fear, it looks like we're going to have maybe a small time skip and not a very large one. And I do think it's really cool that we're getting to see the boat, because I was kind of curious as to whether or not they were going to have the budget and they were going to be able to do stuff like this, where we'll get to see them kind of out in the water and things like that, because of how difficult that could be to film, especially with zombies and stuff, and just how they're going to actually do that. So it should be really exciting to see how just the feel of it and how it feels with regards to seeing the zombies in the water and people and trying to get on the ship and all this and everything that's going to happen that we've seen in the quick little teasers. And then there's one more. It says, in terms of a stopgap and the design of it, I have to credit AMC. I think it's been great because it's kept the story alive over the hiatus, and I think that's incredibly helpful. And I think that there are characters on that plane that I found really riveting and really interesting, and it remains to be seen. I can't tell you that we're never going to see any of them again, but I think it'll be exciting to see how and when we might integrate them. So we know for sure there's going to be at least one character that's on the plane in the flight teasers that they've shown for Fear, which they're still clipping them and putting them into each episode, and they're just so small. But it seems to me like the boy, probably with the brown hair, and the Asian lady are probably going to be the ones that are going to survive. We've seen ladies, was it her husband that's bitten, and he's been kind of locked in the bathroom type deal, and then she's there, and then you got the flight attendant that's been bitten, that kind of thing. So that's kind of at current time, Flight 462. So we know that's going to happen at some point this season, but we don't know how that character is going to join the group. Probably the late teenage male, early adult male. He looks late teenage to me. Probably around the similar age to Alicia and Nick. So it should be good. So, and then I think that Asian lady is probably going to be, she seems to be kind of our resident badass who's ready to deal with the situation and knows what to do and, is ready to get tough. So, my thoughts on the interview. Just cool to hear about Abigail, and that we're going to be seeing a good amount of it. And I think it's going to help differentiate, doing the scenes out, setting sail, and out in the water and stuff is going to be really cool to set it apart from the original Walking Dead, so that people don't just get bored of it as like a copycat or something. Really, really cool. So you guys can write your comments below on what you think about that, and how excited you are for Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. I'm pretty excited, but maybe not quite as excited as the regular Walking Dead. That's kind of still the big thing for me. It'd be weird if eventually Fear the Walking Dead can kind of overtake it and become an even more exciting show, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. We'll see. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and of course we'll have the reviews for Fear once it starts, first Sunday that it airs. All the usual stuff. You guys know what to expect. And if you like this video, you can thumb it up below. Write your comments below on what you think we're going to see and how you think the second season will be. It seems so far it should be better than the first season. It's longer. You know, it looks like they're putting more into it. They're doing more elaborate things. Really cool. So you can share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video today, guys. See you again. Well, of course, you know, tonight for the review and everything, and the usual stuff. And I'll probably I'm going to try to do another Q&A for today as well too, if it hasn't been posted already. I haven't filled it yet. That's it for this one. See you guys again real soon. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. See you guys.